The day he arrived, the day he departure will be considered as he is in India. How many days we required? 729. How many days he was there? 735 days he was there. So more than actual required. So we call it as he is a resident. Not only he is a resident, he is a resident, ordinarily resident. You have to go for your basic condition. Once you're done with basic condition, you should go for additional conditions. Hello everyone, I am your ALsir, lecturing Vidhyaashram First Grade College, the Temple of Excellence. So, we are in the session 3 of your topic called Income Tax 1. So, in the previous session, we discussed about what do you mean by income tax and all the basic concepts. Along with that, in the previous session, we discussed the topic called residential status. In the residential status, we understood what do you mean by residential status. Now, in the residential status, and also we understood the topic called the basic as well as additional conditions. Now, in this, today's agenda will be what? So, we are talking about what? Residential status, and along with that, we'll solve few problems on residential status. As I told you, just you have to remember the basic as well as additional conditions. Now we are talking about the problems. How do we implement those adjustments? How do we implement those conditions? About that we will discuss. Your problem number 1. Please keep those conditions in front of you. We'll apply that and we'll solve all the problems. Now, Mr. X left for Japan on 15th March 2017. After staying in India for 15 years, he came back on 31st August 2019. Determine his residential status for the assessment year 2020 as well as 21. Now, so one thing you have to remember, you have to find out the previous year. Every problem, your previous year will be 1st April 2019 to 31st March 2020. This we call it as your previous year. So, he must be there in India. So, how many days will go for your basic condition? As per your basic condition 1, he must be there for 182 days. Must be equal to 182 or it should be more than 182. Then, the second thing will be 60 days and 365 days in the 4 years. This you have to remember. If first condition is not fulfilled, then we'll go for second condition. Now, as per this, determine his residential status for the assessment year 2020 and 21. We'll check. So, we'll concentrate from 1st April till 31st March. As per this, Mr. X left for Japan on 15th March 2017 after staying in India for 15 years. He came back on 31st August 2019. Now, determine his residential status. When did he come back? 31st August. From where we should count? From 1st September. We'll go for the answer. Now, during the previous year, 1920, he remained in India 214 days. How come it is 214? We'll check. So, 31st August, he came back. Now, so from September September he was there for 30 days. October he was there for 31. November again 30. December it is around 31 days. January 31. February 29 days. March 31 days. So these many days he was in India. Now add everything, it will come around 122. So it will come around 91. So what is the total now? The total is very simple, 230. Along with that, August 31st he came to India. Remember, the day he arrived, the day he departure will be considered as he is in India. Again I will repeat, the day he arrived and the day he dispatched or departed, the day we call it as the day he is in India. Now, when did he come? In the month of August 31st. In the month of August 31st, he was in India. So, in the month of August, he was there in India for 1 day. Total, it will be 214 days. Now, how many days he was in India? He was in India for 214 days. And what will be your basic condition? He must be there in India how many days? He must be there at least 182 days. So, as per these circumstances, he was there for more than 182 days. So, we should consider him as what? Yes, we should consider him as a resident. Now, he remained in India for 214 days. Hence, he is resident for the assessment year 20 and 21. He satisfied the first condition that he should be in India for at least 182 days. What is the basic condition? He must be in India for 182 days. He satisfied. Now, he was not non-resident in India out of 9 out of 10. See, in our basic condition, what we discuss, he must be resident at least 2 years out of 10. Or else, he must be non-resident out of 9 out of 10. So, he must not be. Remember, both are same only. He must be resident for at least 2 years out of 10, or he must not be non-resident 9 years out of 10. If you go for the meaning, both are same. So anything you can write as per this. He was not non-resident in India for 9 out of 10 years preceding the previous year, and he was in India for more than 729 days, because they have not given any information about preceding previous year. So we assume as he was in India for preceding previous year. Now, this is all about your answer for the particular question. Next, the question number 2 about your residential status. Now, X is a foreign citizen since 99. He comes to India every year in the month of April 105 days. See, every year he was in India for how many days? 105 days. Remember. Find out the residential status of X in the assessment year 2021. If X is not a person of Indian origin. Very simple to calculate. How means like 105 days he was in India for every year, means as per the rule how many days he must be in India? As per the rule he must be in India for 182 days. Has he fulfilled? The answer is no. Then you have one more option. What is the second option? He must be there at least for 60 days. The answer is what? Answer is yes. He was there in India for how many days? More than 60 days. But along with that, he must be there for 365 days for 4 years. We'll check that. This is your previous year. then year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4. As per the information, every year he was there for 105 days. So 105, 105, 105, 105. So total he was there for 420 days. How many days we required? 365. Out of 365, he was there for more than 365. So he is called as resident. Any doubt in this? So like this, you have to calculate the residential status. As per this solution, X was in India for more than 60 days. The answer is yes. Why? Because he was there for 105 days. Now, and more than 365 days during the year preceding the previous year. Hence, he is resident in India. It is clear. Then, he was in India for more than 729 days preceding the previous year. The answer is yes. Why? Because every year 105 days. 105. 105. How many years? Out of 7 years, he must be there for 729 days. We'll check. Every year 105 means year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, year 5, year 6 and year 7. Every year he was there for 105 days. We'll add how much you will get out of 7 years. It will be 735. How many days we required? 729. How many days he was there? 735 days he was there. So, more than actual required. So, we call it as he is a resident. Not only he is a resident, he is a resident, ordinarily resident. So, it is not ordinarily, it is ordinarily. Now, he was not a non-resident in India for 9 years out of 10. This is a common one. Hence, he is a resident and ordinarily resident. This thing you have to remember. Hope you understood this problem. We'll go for the next one. Your next one is very simple. Mr. X, a German national, he appointed in India as a senior scientific officer when he was appointed on 1st April 2016. We'll go one by one. Then, on January 31st, 2017, he goes to Iran on deputation for a period of 3 years. Again, he went to Iran for deputation. But he leaves his wife and children in India. On May 1st, 2018, he comes to India and takes with him his family. On June 30th, he returns to India and joins his original job. Again, 2nd February 2020 determined his residential status for the assessment year 2020 as well as 2021. Easy to calculate. We'll go for the solution directly. I'll make you understand there. Now, determine the residential status of Mr. X national. He was not in India for at least 60 days. I'll go back. We'll check. Now, as per this, as I told you, go for previous year. What is your previous year? 1/4/2019 to 31st March 2020. Come back here. He comes to India and takes with him his family on June 30th, 2018. Now, he returns to India and joins his original job on 2nd February 2020. When did he come back to India? Yes, he came back on 2nd February. Till 2nd February, he was not there in India. Means, during the previous year, he was not there in India. When did he come? He came on 2nd February. Means, in the month of February, it is around 27 days. In the month of March, it is around 31. Hardly it will come 59 days. Now, so very simple to calculate. 59 days means as per the rule, how many days he must be in India? Yes, as per the rule, he must be in India at least for 60 days. But as per this, it comes around 58. Now, he was not there for even 182. He was not there for even 60 days. So, he is called as what? Non-resident. He is called as non-resident Indian. Determination of residential status of Mr. German national. He was not in India for least 60 days during the previous year. Hence, he was non-resident in India. So, this is all about this particular question. Easy. These kind of questions you can expect for 5 marks. Next thing, problem number 4. Now, under problem number 4, what kind of questions you may expect in this? Mr. Maitra, a citizen of UK, came to India for the first time on 1/5/2013. Now, he stayed here without any break for 3 years and left for Bangladesh. Now, on 1/5/2016, he returned to India on 1/4/2017. They have given all the information of the previous year as well as preceding previous year. Now, and went back to UK. He was posted back to India. Determine his residential status for the assessment year 20 as well as 21. So all the informations they have given, we need to find out his residential status. How to find out? Easy. Now, we'll go to your answer. See, this is one of the way to calculate your residential status. Now, in this kind of residential status, like if you have more than 1 year, you can go like this. Each year, calculate and write. Now, in the 13 and 14, he was there for 335 days, 365, 366, 31 days, 245 days. And during 18 and 19, he was not there in India. Then, in 2019 and 20, he was there for 72 days. So, these are the informations we have. Now, we'll come back to your conditions. As per the condition, what it will say, first you have to concentrate on previous year. As per the previous year, was he there for 182 days? The answer is no. If answer is no, what is the second thing? You have to go for second option. What is the second option? Was he there for 60 days at least? The answer is yes. It is not only 60, along with that, he must be there for 365 days. Check. 0, then 245, then 31 days, 366 days. So out of 4 years, we got around, it is 600 something. So how many days we required? 365 days. How many days he was there? It was around, so it comes around 602, 603. So he was there for more than 500, more than 365 days. So as per this, we call him as resident. Now, we'll go to the next slide. As per this slide, Mr. Maitra will be resident and ordinarily resident in India. Why it is ordinarily resident? He not only fulfilled the basic condition, he also fulfilled the additional conditions also. Now, he was in India for more than 729 days during the preceding previous year. He was not being a non-resident of India in the 9 out of 10. So this is all about this answer for this particular question. So you have to go for your basic condition. Once you're done with basic condition, you should go for additional conditions. Now, I'll go back to your previous slides. If you want to take screenshot, please take. So this will be your agenda for the day. Problem number 1. So please take down the calculation so that easy to calculate. So this will be your answer. For your examination, your answer must be presented like this. This is your question number 2 with working note. There is a solution for your question number 2. Question number 3. Solution for that. He was not there for more than 60 days. So further calculations are not required. Problem number 4. And this is a solution. So if you want to do it in a table format, for you it is easy to calculate number of days. So this will be solution for your question number 4. So this is all about your today's session. As I told you, sit back and work out all the problems. Total 4 problems we worked out. Keep your conditions like basic as well as additional. Along with those conditions, work out all the problems. Thank you.